What's up, nerds? We're traveling all the way back to 1994 today with Magic the Gathering's very first banned and restricted list. One card in particular stands out, the first card banned in Magic the Gathering's history.
You are about to participate in a great adventure.
So that's right, the first banned and restricted list landed in January of 1994. Heavy hitters like the Power 9 and Icy Manipulator were restricted to one per deck. A few other cards were silenced completely. Ante cards were out. By this time, Wizards of the Coast realized that Ante wasn't an incredibly popular part of the game, and some gambling laws in expanding overseas markets didn't really take kindly to the concept. The Arabian Nights expansion, Magic's first, had just been released in December of '93, so those cards all had a soft ban. If a tournament referee said they were good, then they were good. This would later change to allowed and less expressly disallowed by the head judge prior to the event. One card from Arabian Nights was not spared this reprieve, however. Shahrazad was banned. Hard banned. Not legal at all banned. The card itself, as part of Arabian Nights, is a great nod to the story of 1001 Arabian Nights. Without diving too deep into storyteller mode, Shahrazad was wed to a Without diving too deep into storyteller mode, I will just say that Shahrazad was a young woman wed to a Without diving too deep into storyteller mode, Shahrazad was a young woman wed to a murder-happy king who killed all his previous brides after the wedding night. She saved herself by telling him a story each night, but stopping at a cliffhanger, so he would spare her for another night. She would finish the story the next night and then start a new story, and this went on, you guessed it, for 1001 nights. In Magic, the card has mildly evocative art by Kaja Fagelo. Kaja, Phil's wife, featuring a reclining woman, presumably Shahrazad herself, smiling, beckoning you into her story. The text, and there's a wall of it, requires players to pause the current game of Magic and play a sub-game of Magic using only their libraries as their decks. The loser of the sub-game loses half their life. And then you go back to the main game. Can you imagine an early 90s tournament where this card was played? All players must shift to a new table, play out the sub-game, and then return to the main game. It's clear why this was banned. Most importantly, because the logistics of the sub-games were ridiculous and caused matches to run obnoxiously long. Can you imagine a player with more than one Shahrazad in their deck? Your sub-game could have a sub-game, could have a sub-game, could have a sub-game, and on and on. Shahrazad was only printed once, Arabian Nights, and a near-mint copy will cost you around $500 today. $500 for a card you really can't play, but it is a huge piece of Magic history. This card, the art and the concept from a long-gone era, still speak to me somehow. Her smile says, let me tell you a story, and I'm here for it. That's all I've got for today. Thanks for hanging out and getting through all my bloopers. You guys are awesome. Have a great week. Let's talk about some more cards later. Man, I'm going to have to edit the shit out of this. Edit the shit out of this.